Urdhva Dhanurasana, or wheel pose, is a deep heart opener. Now, I like to use the term heart opener as opposed to back bend because the term back bend colloquially can have the tendency to make us play this dangerous game of losing stability in the asana, in the pose. And what's really important about all heart openers is that it's not just coming from our spine going into hyperextension, but it also involves the thoracic cavity being open. And the thoracic cavity includes your shoulders, your thoracic spine, which attaches from the bottom of your neck all the way to the lower rib of your rib cage. So it's really great to spend some time opening up that area, especially in the mobility in that shoulder flexion as well. If you're looking for neuromechanic drills to open up your shoulders and shoulder flexion, please click on the link in the description box below. I have a very powerful breathing technique called the air hunger drill that are going to open your shoulder flexion really, really nice before you enter poses like Urdhva Dhanurasana, handstands, anything that requires shoulder flexion. Now, I have 2 blocks with me, and the blocks are really great, especially if you are learning Urdhva Dhanurasana for the first time, because our wrists are going to be in this deep extension. And what's really nice about the blocks is that they're going to help us open up our wrist extensors and also provide support so that we're not dumping weight into that lumbar spine. Now, the body follows an alternating pattern of mobility and stability. With the thoracic spine, that's mobility. With the lumbar spine, this area that isn't attached to your rib cage, it's not attached to any other structure. And the tendency is to dump a lot of weight into that lumbar spine when we're not opening up and letting our spine move in all sorts of different directions. So you're going to place the blocks just about shoulder distance apart, allowing your head to have space to fit right in the center of your blocks. Let yourself get nice and cozy in between the blocks. Now I want you to place your hands just at the very bottom of the block. And just notice how this feels a moment. And this is also a really great warm-up to get your wrist extensors ready for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Now for this shape, it's very important to drive down through the legs. Your legs are so strong, and we need to use the legs and our glutes in all of our heart-opening practices. So place your wrists on top of the blocks. Take an inhale. Then from here, we're just going to drive through our feet, squeezing the inner thighs in towards each other. Then push off through our hands. Squeeze your glutes. Maybe you come up onto your toes, maintaining this posterior tilt of the pelvis, engaging your glutes, pushing up through the arms, letting your chest and heart push forward. And then slowly lower down with control. Try not to flop out of Urdhva Dhanurasana, because the more you focus on lowering down with control, the stronger your body will get when you're coming into that shape. I'm going to show you another creative way into building strength into Urdhva Dhanurasana. And even if you're learning this shape, this asana for the first time, I personally like to use this method as well. So you're going to place the soles of your feet on top of the block. You could either place your whole foot on top, or you could let your heels hang out. Place your hands framing the ears. You don't want your elbows to splay out to the side. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, again, I want you to drive down through the feet. Then push up through the arms. Keep allowing your chest and heart to pull you forward. Let your eyes look up towards your eyelids. Very important in your heart openers. Notice how that feels. And then lower down with control. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And just take a moment here to breathe. Now, the reason why I cued eyes up towards your eyelids, is because that eye movement, that isometric hold of the eyeballs itself, It activates the same area of our brains that facilitates extensor tone. Now, if you think about it, our wrists are going into extension, our spine is going into hyperextension. So allowing your eyes to look up towards your eyelids is going to help not only give you stability in the pose, but it's going to signal to your brain that this shape is safe for you. It's always really important to breathe in your heart openers. Now, it might seem a little scary to breathe at first, especially if you're learning this pose for the first time, but connecting to the natural rhythm of your breath is also going to signal to your brain that this movement is safe for your body, thus allowing your body to adapt and to strengthen into the shape. Now, this is a very unnatural shape for our daily lives, so you don't want to hold this pose for too long. That doesn't mean to suggest that the body isn't resilient at all, but just know that it isn't a shape that we hold for a long time. Just go very slow, and if you lose the breath, you lose the yoga. So it's important to prioritize the breath here. Now we're going to go through that movement without the blocks this time. So I want you to begin activating your inner thighs, your glutes. Frame your ears with your hands. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, drive down through the feet. Push up through the arms. You could come up onto the toes. Keep engaging the glutes. Eyes look up. If you want, you could even straighten your legs. Eyes look up towards your eyelids. Breathe. And then slowly come out of it. Urdhva Dhanurasana is a very, very powerful heart opener, and it requires a lot of extension from the wrists and from your spine. Go slow, take your time, and prioritize learning how to breathe in these shapes. Allow your eyes to look up to your eyelids to facilitate that extensor tone in your body. I hope that this tutorial has helped you, and I hope that you have fun exploring these heart-opening practices, especially in your personal journey. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button to support the channel. Thank you. I appreciate you.